day. I'm fine, thank you. Who are you? 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 Who are you?
Every passing day, we become aware of many divisions within the inner circle of the self. Sometimes telling us of hopes unrealized and dreams that will not rest until they incarnate themselves in us. All the while we pull back, but they will not let us go. In soundless movement there floats up through all the chambers of his being, encompassing all the tongued cries from many cells, one word: God.
In the false light of blind progress, the future looks bright. Take a second, let your eyes readjust. Years fly by like days, feel the rush. We consume the earth while the earth consumes us. Quick, fill the void, build, destroy. It started with the word, kill the noise. I'm trying to find a cure for the darkness I've observed, where a spark of life emerged from an archetypal urge. And harmonizing birds sang the praise of a new day. You gotta break a few eggs to make a souffle. The few that know the way through the maze aim to loosen the chains and lay the groundwork for a future age. See the soothsayer full gaze as a toupee, sipping Kool-Aid made by the prison guards. See the dreamer on a fool's crusade in a strange land trying to bend back prison bars. The vision rose when the well was full, driven to excel and grow, freed from a cell that was self-imposed. Placed a seed in the velvet rose, waited 9 months and watched the brainchild emerge from its hellish woes. I got a palace that my muse holds down, that's fit for a king with the fool's gold crown. Nestled in the shadow of a basilisk with 7 heads, where mass confusion's on the rise like leavened bread. From this vantage I can see a man in need, on his hands and knees, pleading with the tyrant that he can't appease. A serpent's coil round the roots of our family tree, and birds of paradise are perched on the canopy. Grant us amnesty to see the dry earth and turn the wasteland into the Eden where we thrive first. All the signs say the end days are coming. Tears flood the valley, peeling back the layers of this onion.
Midnight means the destruction of the social order. The darkest hour separating today from tomorrow.
Separating light rays from the hemlock and deadly nightshade. Find your way home before the light fades. Through life's maze like caged mice, with men that fell from grace and great heights and ate the faithful apple at a ripe age. A sight to behold, a construct to follow blind, while vultures circle us with eyes like dollar signs. Seek solace, find hearts that pump liquid collagen prime to scrawl away their souls on the dotted line. I need release from the chaos, the payoffs, the backroom deals, the global chessboard, the stray shots that tear through flesh when empires face off and despots reduce men to biometric stage props. A smile that could heal the sickness of the world lights the living room like forgotten visions of a girl dancing in the rain, telling me the story of creation, Alpha to Omega, Genesis to Revelation.
Something just opens. Something just opens. And there was a kind of flash. The air around you was liquid, and you can feel the liquid, and you can feel the liquid being pulled into your lungs, being pulled into your lungs. And everyone in the world heard their name, and everyone in the world heard their name, heard their name.
The creative power working through the mind of man has produced the modern world. We have learned how to release vast sources of energy, and we've learned how to make wonderful machines that can travel around the world in a few days. All this has brought humanity under the action of immensely strong material forces. We do not dominate these forces, they dominate us. Life on Earth is getting more and more complicated every generation. There's no room for the inner life.
Back to work, separating grassroots from astroturf. As half-truths they tried to pass off as facts emerge. Keep me tethered to the ground, bring me back to earth. When I blast off and take my place in the galactic church. I'm trying to grasp light and dark's vacillations. In the white room with black curtains at the station. Cream makes the world spin like dervishes and Daytons. It leads men astray into the serpent's machinations. With strictures and cave wall flicks to hypnotize. I eat my daily tripe with bare hands, it's undignified. The mantra in the cloven tongue of mammoths like nails. On a chalkboard inside the stomach of a white whale. Eyes popping out the sockets, watching profits line pockets. And the price of bought and sold souls skyrocket. Walk a road, rob with skulls, not with gold. Fraught with signs, roadblocks, and obstacles that defy logic. Life's a package deal. You take the beautiful days with dark nights and dance with Maya in the starlight. It's alright. We wax and we wane. There's wildflowers growing from the cracks in my brain. Dry your eyes, revitalize. Alive and well, practicing my aim by a grave of fireflies that felt like Simon Magus from the sky and hit the ground.
What do you think is falling down?
Right as rain falls, sent to pacify the violent flames. Hydroplaned on torrential teardrops of crying shame. Find your lane, find the book of life, sign your name. Lose your way, hit creative brick walls. Times have changed, is it? Art or artifice? Sleight of hand parlor tricks, arsenic or medicine? Hellbound or heaven sent? Sound of sirens, we're here on earth stranded, where the seeds of my present pathos were first planted. If words are weapons, I'll address and press every issue. And spit bullets that'll rip through your connective tissue. The priest and guard gave us sin, fire and brimstone, and said it's either devil's nectar or holy water to wet your whistle. But love alone could turn thistles into daffodils. So no dogma for me, thanks, I have my fill. Have my fill of powder, black tar, acid pills, Catholic guilt, and running from my problems like it's track and field. Life's a package deal. You take the beautiful days with dark nights and dance with Maya in the starlight. It's alright. We wax and we wane. There's wildflowers growing from the cracks in my brain. Dry your eyes, revitalize. Alive and well, practicing my aim by a grave of fireflies that felt like Simon Magus from the sky and hit the ground.
What do you think is falling down?
Last of a dying, breed on the path to find it. Lamb laying in the lap of a lion, laughing and crying with the magnifying glass to rewind, looking back in time. Look so long I forgot to live. God forbid they put a nail in the coffin lid, and I don't give what I got to give. You gotta play your part before you cross the bridge. A bird perched on a grand set. There's a whole lot of devils in a man's head. I agree, I can see him dance in my skull. There's some things that we can't control. He said he saw it all from a tree of knowledge and a guarded light, from bright days to the darkest nights, and that the pain of life was a part of the fight. It made a saint of the Buddha and the martyr of Christ. In fact, as the world pirouettes and the mother of all reflects back what exists in us, the aim is to learn what I came here to learn. I was Edenville bound, but I missed the bus, missed the train, mystified.
Mr. 10, how do you feel?
Like Harry Holler, a Howard Bill, trying to tighten those screws with the power drill. To lay the foundation on sacred ground, I gotta build, even when you break me down. I gotta deal with myself or escape this town. In the belly where the venomous snakes abound. A barbed wire crown, hunker down, safe and sound with the blinds drawn. I let my mind wander and explore the depths. We get pulled in the ocean when the tide's strong. All in a dream, all in a vision. All is forgiven when the walls of a prison fall to the earth with a bang. And you don't have a scapegoat, you're the only person to blame. Focus in, look at faith in his broken limbs, and a man with the cobra skin. He asked for a hand that you won't extend. It had an 80 milligram and a dope syringe. All in a dream, all in a vision. All is forgiven when the walls of a prison fall to the earth with a bang. And you don't have a scapegoat, you're the only person to blame. Came from the city of the lost, where everything pure gets nailed to a cross. Every now and then you escape the facade. Every deep breath you inhale the exhaust. The mind adapts, I need reminders to mind the gaps, and the paradigms designed to bind and trap. You can bite and scratch, split hairs with the iron axe, but don't throw me in the briar patch through a glass dark. Blind as bats, with no road signs or maps, on the path to find a land laying in the lion's lap, while the trumpets blare and the sirens blast. Yesterday I had a debt to pay, I owed apologies for my escapades with no rhyme or reason for the mess I made. It was Dionysian but less depraved. I'm adept at laying to rest all the best things when the needle hits a red on the pressure gauge. Kept in a cage, suppressing rage till it builds